When it's reppin' time, I get on extra grind. Fried to Fricassee, Pepperseed to Pepperdine. Jeff Hamilton, Genesis, leather time. Bitches say I'm the man, I tell them never mind. When it's reppin' time, I get on extra grind. This is Cam setting context and intent. Reppin' time equals when it's time to stand on business. Extra grind, more than normal effort, heightened mode. He's saying when things turn serious, I don't coast, I overperform. This isn't casual hustle, it's situational intensity. Cam isn't always on 10, but when it's time, he turns it up. That's important for what comes next. Fried to Fricassee, Pepperseed to Pepperdine. This bar is nuts in how much range it covers. Fried to Fricassee is 2 cooking methods, street food to upscale cuisine. Also implies escalation from cooked to overcooked. Fricassee is a cooking method. Meat is cut up, fried lightly, then slow cooked and stewed. So it's not just fried, it's fried, then cooked again. That matters. When Cam says fried to Fricassee, he's saying I didn't just handle it, I overhandled it. I stayed on it until it was completely done. That pairs cleanly with extra grind. This is the finish the job energy, not flashy violence. Pepperseed to Pepperdine. Pepperseed equals raw, basic, street level. Pepperdine, elite, private university. Pepperdine University is elite, private, wealthy, West Coast, very far culturally from Harlem. So, Pepperseed equals raw, basic, street level origin. Pepperdine equals polished, elite, institutional destination. This is a class mobility bar, not just a rhyme, and it mirrors fried to Fricassee perfectly. Raw to refined, basic to elevated, process to completion. This is Cam saying I move from the most basic, gritty environments to elite institutions without switching who I am. It's class mobility without assimilation. He's compressing culinary language, education, geography, social class into one rhyme chain. Jeff Hamilton, Genesis, leather time. Now he anchors the metaphor in material reality. Jeff Hamilton is, I don't know if he's alive. Jeff Hamilton, iconic black luxury designer, especially leather jackets. Genesis could be the beginning of an origin story or a rise. Leather time suggests visibility, status, presence. This line is about showing up in form, not just making it somewhere. He's not sneaking into elite spaces, he's arriving correctly, okay? There's also layers. Genesis equals beginning or origin, but it's also tied to reppin' time from earlier. Genesis literally means beginning. So when Cam says, when it's reppin' time, I get on extra grind, Jeff Hamilton, Genesis, leather time, he's saying when it's time to represent, I go back to my origin mode. Leather here becomes armor, uniform, identity gear. Leather equals what you put on when it's time to handle business, physically or symbolically. This isn't fashion for leisure. This is function. There's another layer. Jeff Hamilton equals black luxury with street roots. Jeff Hamilton matters specifically because he's black. He built his name on leather jackets. His jackets were street icons, not runway-only pieces, worn by hustlers, rappers, athletes, not just models. So when Cam says Jeff Hamilton, he's signaling I'm entering elite spaces without shedding street identity. Now connect that to Pepperseed to Pepperdine, fried to Fricassee. Same theme, elevation without assimilation. There's another layer, and this is the sneaky one. Genesis as reset mode. Genesis isn't just a beginning, it's a reset, creation after nothing. So Jeff Hamilton, Genesis, leather time can be read as suit up, reset mindset, enter work mode. Almost like put the jacket on, switch mental state, handle what needs handling. That connects directly back to extra grind. This is ritual language. Why leather time is the anchor. All right. Leather is jackets, gloves, protection, grip, durability. So metaphorically, leather time means time to get hands-on. Not talk, not flex, action. Which completes the sequence. Reppin' time to responsibility, extra grind is effort, Fricassee over application, Pepperdine, high stakes environment. Leather time, suit up to survive it. That's not crazy. That's cohesive. Why this doesn't feel like a reach, okay? Because Cam stacks metaphors, reuses escalation logic, pairs luxury with labor, never separates style from survival. If this were random, the food, school, fashion, and labor metaphors wouldn't all point the same direction, but they do. When it's time to represent, I lock in. I overhandle the situation. I move from the rawest levels to elite spaces, and when it's time to work, I suit up and get my hands dirty. Bitches say I'm the man, I tell them never mind. This is the emotional twist. After all that grind, range, status, validation, he shrugs it off. Never mind isn't humility, it's detachment. Cam is saying external validation doesn't move me, which circles back to the first line. He grinds when it's necessary, not for applause. Let's talk about how these 4 bars function together. This isn't random flexing, it's a philosophy of movement. Lock in when it matters, be able to operate anywhere, show up looking correct, and don't get drunk off praise. That's grown man hustling logic. Cam doesn't explain, he lists. He lets juxtapositions, proper nouns, casual tone do the heavy lifting. All right? If you don't know what Fricassee is, what Pepperdine represents, why Jeff Hamilton matters, you think it's just rhyme soup. But it's social commentary disguised as swagger. When it's time to represent, I lock in. I can move from the lowest to the highest spaces. I look like I belong, and I don't need your applause. That's not filler. That's a worldview. And stacked with the rest of the verse, it completes the picture. Cam isn't chaotic. He's selectively intense, broadly fluent, and emotionally cold. That's Purple Haze Cam in a nutshell.